Hey guys, Anthony here, Bibles and Barbells. I had a video I did recently on apartment building defenses, and I had a question from a subscriber or somebody that viewed the video that it said I did not go into specifics on how to defend the property or your apartment complex. There's certain things that specifically you could put into place in an apartment complex, depending, of course, on what floor you live on, which part of the building you live on, and how your setup is. And I'm not going to go into detail exactly on my specific setup, other than to tell you I do live in an apartment complex. I do have some measures in place. Some of what I'm going to show you I do deploy when needed, and in an SHTF situation they will be deployed. Maybe in not the exact products you're seeing here right now, maybe some smaller ones or some stealthier ones, but these are ones that I have right now that I could show you that I do use. Number one, that I did a video on a while back, and I'll put a link to it in the description box, are these little chime devices and sensors that you can get in Harbor Freight or online. This here is your speaker sensor that stays in the house. It runs on batteries, or you could use a DC, buy the outlet for it. It has a on-off button here and a high and low chime here. So if I put this on right now, it's on low chime. It just sounds like a small doorbell, okay? Now, why it's going off? Because the sensor there you go. Okay, so let me shut this. This sensor can be placed outside or hidden anywhere in your, say on your balcony, if you're down on the lower level floors, or outside at an entry point to the building. You could hide it. You can mount it to a tree. You could glue it to a pipe in a stairwell. You could do lots with these. You can color them, paint them, as long as you cover this section up, the sensor section. You could paint this to match a tree, to match a light pole, to match your fire hydrant station, whatever you can to help hide it. Once this is in place, it's going to give the signal to this unit, and then you'll know somebody's either outside your property, your apartment, in the stairwell, or maybe even in the hallway, okay? And then you get a little bit of a signal that somebody's out there walking around. These are very, very valuable for 15 or 20 bucks. You could buy multiple sensor units, put them in the back of the house, the front of the house. When I lived in a when I lived in a private house, I had these in the front, rear, and sides hidden, and whenever somebody walked close and broke the beam here, I was alerted inside, and I knew somebody was there. I knew somebody was coming to the door before they got up the sidewalk. So low cost, low tech. All you need is batteries. These are weather resistant. You can see these have been used for years. Outside in the rain, no problem. Okay, these do work. Next item is just a, you could buy these in Home Depot. It's just a motion sensor light that can be used as a regular light or set on motion. It can be mounted, and when you have the motion goes on, you could set it for 30, 60, or 90 seconds to stay on before it goes off again. And again, it could also be used as just a regular light that you turn on. Okay? Now, motion sensor, once you break the sensor here, the light will go on. Okay? And then it'll go off again when you set it. But you have to set your buttons here underneath. Okay? These are relatively inexpensive. They can be mounted, so you can mount it above a door. Say in your house, if the power goes out and you walk through your house, these will light up and give you light to get your flashlight or find whatever. Or you could take them with you in your vehicle or put them out again on your patio. Somebody climbs over your railing onto your patio, this light will go on, your sensor will go off. More than likely they'll be scared away, and sometimes that's all it takes. So that's that. These are low-tech items. These are, I forget how much these were. I bought a couple of them. They work on batteries, and they come with a mounting bracket as well. And then this here moves around. Okay, next item. Also, a watchdog is very good as well. As you could hear my dog in the background when he sees somebody coming or hears something in the hallway, he will alert us to that. Two-way radios. If you go out and say your wife or your partner's inside, you can at least communicate with each other. So radios are important. Basic two-way radios, preferably with a headset, so you can keep it quiet if you have to, and also use maybe hands-free. Next item up that I deploy is these deer cameras or game cameras you buy in Bass Pro Shop, Gander Mountain, hunting store. These are very, very valuable. This unit here was about $100. What I did was I had it mounted to a tree with zip ties around the bottom here and around the top. Big, large zip ties I put together, zipped them to the tree. I set it for the height that I wanted, and then once you turn it on, anyone that crosses that path, for instance, coming to your door or to your patio, anyone that crosses that path, day or night, this is going to take a photo of them, it's going to time stamp it and date stamp it. And when I had my house for sale a few years ago, I wanted to see who was coming in and out of it because I had some valuables in the house and we had a lockbox on the door. So each and every day I knew realtors were coming to the house. I checked my camera, downloaded the card. There's a card you put in here, you put on your computer, and you get photos, very clear photos, both day and night of who's coming close to your house. We also found a UPS driver that was stealing packages. We had photos of him doing it from our front stoop, and we got the packages back when we reported that to the UPS. So these come in a variety of sizes now. This is a larger one. There's also a lot smaller ones, and again, you can camouflage these. You could paint them and put them on a tree, a pole. You could just stand them up and do whatever you want with them. You could hide them. And in the time of SHTF, you can deploy them, and then you could have a picture and or video also of who's coming around your place at night. Maybe there's somebody casing out. Maybe there's somebody casing out your apartment complex. At least you'll have pictures and you can see who it is walking around at night. So guys, that's a few things. Obviously, I'm not getting into other things like self-defense. This is mostly, alarm perimeter things. Of course, if your apartment has an alarm system in it, that helps. Window locks, alarms on the windows, door braces on the doors, very important. I'll show you that in another video. Also be able to put up visqueen or something on the windows like garbage bags to black out the windows and make like a safe room if you have to, or at least if you have a light on or a flashlight or a lantern lit, no one's going to know from the outside that you're in there with a light on. So there's lots of things you have to think about, but start somewhere. Again, guys, these little perimeter alarms are very good. Motion sensor lights, cheap, inexpensive, and these game cameras, again, very valuable to have. So let me know if you have any questions, comments on what we went over today. Those are just some of the things you could do. Let me know if you're in an apartment complex, what you have done, anything I missed here, or anything you want to share with our listeners and viewers, okay? Thanks, guys. Anthony signing off. Stay ready.